Welcome to the Loveland Report, the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate, alongside Bruce Woodburn. We've dived into what the election means for real estate in Central Florida. We've talked about how winter selling is a great time to get on the market or start your home search. In this segment, I want to go into some tax planning, Bruce. This is the time of year you can save some money on taxes. And one easy thing you can do, if you're itemizing your taxes, make a 13th mortgage payment. You got a $4,000 mortgage payment, and probably $3,000 of it's probably interest, or $2,500. You want to save a little extra on your tax bill next April.
10 years off your mortgage.
Do that. Make an extra payment. You can do that. And then also, if you've got rental properties, make sure we moved over to a really good app for our management. We manage rental properties, and the owners at the click of a button can print out all their expenses, all of their income. Everything's right there in the app. And if you're tired of paying a tax bill or not getting a refund, you really perfect world, you don't want a refund. You want to end up like owing $100 or getting $100 refund.
Well, that means you made more money.
Yes, but a rental property for people making below $125,000 total income, it will help your taxes. It will save you about $3 or $4 grand a year, $5 grand a year. Depends on the amount of losses and how many repairs you have and things like that. But that's one way. It's like almost having another child. Now there is recapture when you sell that. Or you can do a 1031. I've got several listings now.
Explain to everybody what you mean by a 1031 exchange.
The 1031 exchange, I've got somebody right now, they've owned these rental properties for about 20 years. They bought them for like $50,000, and now they're worth $200,000. And we are selling those, but they don't want them to close before the end of the year. So one of them is waiting till next year to have to pay that tax bill in 2026. The other one's doing a 1031 exchange, where
tell everybody why they want to do that.
When that sells, they will not owe the capital gains. That money is set aside. It is a monitored transaction. You set it with an intermediary that holds the money, and you roll that $200,000 into another investment property. And this can be a different type of house. I've got one of my listings right now.
It could be commercial, but it can't be owner occupied.
It has to be another investment property. Now you could 1031 for the condo at the beach, move your rental property, your 4 bedroom, 2 bath home, and then buy a condo at the beach,
provided it's rental,
rent it for a year, then move into it, homestead it, and eliminate all the taxes. Now, I'm not a CPA. You need to talk to your CPA about that, but I have a lot of people that will do that.
You can also reset your depreciation when
I got one doing that right now. He bought this house for $100,000. We're selling it for $320,000, and he is going to get into a different neighborhood. Now he has a bunch of cash to put down. And so that he's still going to have he's going to have a little bit bigger mortgage, because he's probably going to sell for 3 something, buy for 4 something, but his depreciation is going to go to $350 where it was $80,000.
Sure.
So that's more of a write-off each year.
Absolutely.
And so after I went through that math,
these are all things that we do to help you save money, and you don't even know it. This is money. It's like having the gym membership that you never go to. It's like having these Amazon accounts. I said to my wife, I said, how come I get 2 magazines from Boat USA? She goes, you probably have two subscriptions to it. I'm like, how can I do that? Yeah. But we do these things and we don't know it. These are small little hacks that we can help our customers with to help them save money.
I just went on a listing appointment, and the gentleman was selling a rental property, interviewing. It's funny, he had the realtors. I pulled up as one realtor was leaving. I was the 3rd realtor he's interviewing. The other 2 realtors didn't even mention the 1031 exchange. And he had no idea on that. And he'd owned this property for about 15 years, and he was going to have a big capital gain. And I said, are you interested in getting another? He's just leaving the state. He wants to get another rental in the state he's going to. And we went over those numbers, and he's like, well, okay, you just told me about something I did not know about, because the other agents, basically that was like a $30,000, $40,000 tax bill he was going to have. And so call me at 407-352-8118. I can help you with your investments in real estate. It's a great investment. I love it. I think everybody should have that.
Everybody should look at that.
We're going to need to get a leapfrog class on.
We're going to put one in for January.
Yep.
Yeah. Leapfrog is where we help you learn how to buy like a professional investor and accumulate wealth in real estate. We're going to set up you not only for your retirement, but we're going to set you up for generational wealth as well. Cleve can be reached right now at 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. The Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Or we bring you home.
Let me knock out these listings real quick.
Yeah, let's do some listings.
Great prices here. You talk about how Central Florida has become unaffordable. All right, $150,000 for a great little house in Zellwood Station. Great little community, manufactured home community, live guard, golf course, 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,200 square feet, and fresh vinyl plank flooring throughout, fresh paint job, nice size yard. In the pet section, you're allowed to have pets in this. This is a very well run community, and the dues are only about, what are the dues? The dues are only like, I think they're 180 a month on that, and they take care of the grass for you. That's 150,000, Bruce. I've got a condo, which is actually kind of more like a townhouse, single story for 218, 1,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, no carpet, all laminate floors and tile, white cabinets in the kitchen, big open floor plan. It does have vaulted ceilings in a community with tennis, swimming pool, and basketball, and just it's in excellent shape. This owner's rented it for a while. He's ready to retire. He wants to get out of town, so we're going to sell this for 218,000. I've got one. This is the other one I was talking about. The owner's going to 1031. It doesn't affect the buyer, but this house is 339,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, all new inside, everything updated, flooring, cabinets in the bathroom, 2-car garage, great yard, very low. I think the HOA dues are only like 150 a year. 1,300 square feet. This is in Orlando, over near the Ocoee area. 339,000 for that one. And then gorgeous luxury, 620,000, 2,400 square feet with a pool in Metro West near the golf course. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths with a swimming pool. And you walk into this one. It's got a tile roof, kind of villa style. They take care of the grass in here for you. You got a swimming pool, screen pool, and then out back, you're backed up to a conservation area. The master's on the first floor. You've got high ceilings. You've got 20-foot ceilings in the living areas.
Beautiful.
Could also be a 4th bedroom upstairs. Got a loft, open loft, tile roof, just excellent. Fresh coat of paint. All this for 620,000 in the Metro West area. Call me at 407-352-8118. We'd be happy to help you with that.
Yeah, if you want to get qualified to buy one of those or look at a home, let's give the Loan Arranger a call right now. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. I've been in the mortgage business for 35 years. I'm going to guarantee you won't find a lender that'll take better care of you, better interest rates, lowest possible closing costs, help you negotiate, explains things so that you know them in layman terms and not talking in acronyms. So call the Loan Arranger. I'm really excited about helping you and your family. Give me a call. Set an appointment with me. Let's get together so I can help guide you through the process. Again, 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. I want to talk about folks that may be sitting on the sidelines, Cleve, because they just don't think they're ready to be able to buy right now. So what do you think the number one reason is that people are reluctant to buy?
Probably moving from, we think we need a big 20% down payment. I would think it's moving to their credit score, because there's so many apps out there saying, let us help you with your credit. And it doesn't really, they need to talk to you.
It's number one is they think their credit isn't enough. Number two, they don't think they have enough money to buy. Number three, they're just afraid because it's a daunting situation. So do you want somebody that's going to make it simple and easy? Or do you want somebody that's going to make it difficult? I don't like things difficult. I like simple. I'm a 10th grade dropout. I don't have a college degree. I don't have all the fancy accolades. Can't even say it right. That shows you that.
Accolades. I had those when I was a teenager.
So yeah, I had the accolades. So I don't have all that. But what I do have is a great deal of knowledge of the mortgage and real estate industry. I understand money, and I care deeply about my clients and that they're always getting the best for them. So if you're thinking that your credit isn't quite where you want it to be, I want you to stop thinking that way and call me. 90% of the time, I can help you fix your credit situation, and it doesn't cost you any money.
Doesn't cost anything. Don't pay. Don't ever pay for credit repair.
Do not pay for credit repair. Don't do it. And listen, when you pull up your credit score on your Experian app or your Credit Karma app, it's going to be 35 points higher than a mortgage score. So whatever you see, if you see you got a 650, you're really probably about a 610 or a 615. That's really about where you are in a mortgage. It's misleading, these scores that you're getting online. So listen, stop what you're doing. Stop being afraid. It's going to be 2025. Interest rates are going to go down and home prices are going to soar. I was talking to my cousin up in Mississauga, Ontario the other day, and she's a realtor for Keller Williams. And I asked her, I said, what's your median sales price in Mississauga? Now, Mississauga is kind of like a bigger Orlando,
Mhm.
maybe more like a Tampa,
Uh-huh.
a little bit bigger than Orlando, but it's just
Big city.
it's
Or-
just a regular urban neighborhood,
Yeah.
right? What do you think the median sales price is?
Are you in, how is it, northern Canada?
No,
Or
this
it's
is
along the
Ontario.
border,
This is
Ontario?
right in the middle of Ontario.
I bet you
near Toronto.
It's probably like California, like California's like 900. Was it like 650?
$1,750,000
What?
for the median sales price.
Oh my goodness.
In Mississauga. Now listen, my brother just bought a condo, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo, paid $1,700,000 for it. So this is out in California. That's what you get out there. This is not a fancy condo.
Well, remember how we talked?
It's not on the ocean.
We talked during COVID about how Florida's going to move up from being the 20th something most expensive state, moving up. Well, I got a report on that, and I found this information. I had to dig it for a bit, but it's actually Zillow had this info. Florida's moved up to number 17 with our median price. So, and there's a couple states ahead of us, like
so it's still well affordable, but it's getting higher.
Yeah, and what I saw was some of these other states, like Montana's actually in there at 448. That's probably because everything's on 25 acres.
Sure it is.
And or like Bozeman, Montana took off. Everybody from California ran there, and Oregon, they all ran there and drove.
Move to Yellowstone.
And drove up the prices. New Jersey. So it's funny. I got to double check this because this report's a couple months old. I assume, they probably do this every 6 months or so, but I'll check. But I know our median price is going up, and it's just going to get better here in Central Florida. And Central Florida always does better than the rest of the state.
I think so.
And we do, because
we're more affordable.
We're not locked in by
Compare
the
us
ocean.
with Miami.
We're not getting slammed by hurricanes. We're not getting flooded. All these things come into play, and Central Florida always does better.
I think so too. If you'd like to get pre-qualified for a mortgage, or you'd like to go out shopping for one, call the Lone Ranger. We'll start with me. I'll get you over to one of the buyer's agents on Cleve's team. But start right now, and don't be afraid of your credit. I'll help you fix it. I help people fix their credit every day. Just follow my path. 407-250-9144. Start right now. Go to my app and go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. Complete the application. One of my team will follow up with you. We'll get your documents ready to go. We'll analyze your credit. If we're trying to boost your credit up, like I even take a client that had a 735 credit score, which is very well qualifiable, but I could get him a better interest rate if I could get him to 760. So we got him to 760. He didn't even know what to do. He thought his credit score was 800 because he pulled it off the Credit Karma and it told him it was 800.
Yep.
I said, no, it's 735. So we bumped it up, and he got a little better interest rate, lower closing costs. Isn't that what you want in a lender?
Yep.
Rather than just being a yes man, just saying, yeah, you can do it, you can do it. Why don't you need it? Don't you want a consultant? Don't you want somebody that truly is going to consult with you and guide you in the right direction? That's why my customers come back to me time and time again.
Bruce, how much time we got?
We've got about a minute and a half.
All right. So I got a little article here talking about how it's a company, one of the big real estate conglomerates, one of the tech companies out of Silicon Valley that runs a real estate company, saying how they're going to be the new MLS, like they're going to be the biggest thing to go to. Not going to happen. The multiple listing system has so much more info in it. You got to remember a lot of these websites, what are they on? What do they want you on there for? To sell ads.
That's right.
They're not serving the consumer.
Well, that's why when people go to Zillow, it's just to buy ads. You're becoming their product.
Exactly. And people think that's so great. And hats off to Zillow for creating this estimate. That's probably the number one, probably the biggest thing in the world that got that done.
And it's not perfectly accurate, but it gives us a benchmark.
It quintupled their traffic, just having that info there, and everybody copies that. So, but the MLS is something I can look at and see if the house was just remodeled. It's been on the market for 130 days, and it's had 5 different, it looks like there's a drug lab in the backyard, or it looks like there was a crime scene inside the house. All these things come up to play. But whatever your real estate plan is, we can help you. Come to Loveland Properties, 407-352-8118, or go to cleveloveland.com.
Yeah, or call the Lone Ranger, and we appreciate you joining us. Call me at 407-250-9144, or webringyouhome.com. Tune in tomorrow to the Lone Ranger radio show on WDBO at 11 o'clock. We're going to cover some more topics. But in the meantime,